Carly Rae's music video for Deeper is close to hitting 7 million views, but sharing her music is only a part of the journey. It's also about meeting fans and taking hands with them before gigs wherever possible. She performed in over 150 shows in 2019, even playing a slot in the UK. This year has been a little different though. She joins me now, however, to let us in on how she's adjusted to this new normal. Hey Holly girl, lovely to see you, Siswam. How are you?
So good to see you. I'm as good as I can be during this time, I think.
Yeah. Well, I've been keeping a very close eye on your social media, and you seem to be taking lockdown by storm. Please, may you just tell us briefly what you've been getting up to during lockdown and how you've adapted to the new normal?
Well, so much. I think like all artists, our industry has been disrupted so much. Our industry really relies on contact and large groups of people to survive, So just been taking this time to learn more about how do you connect with your fans online, doing a lot of online streaming, doing some online performances and shows to connect with my fans. But I've also just been tapping into the other things I love to do, like baking and cooking and just spending time with my family, because I kind of had 2 years of just being on the road and working so unbelievably hard. And now I'm able to I've had this time to step back, take a breather, and just remember what's important and what I love in my life.
I've been enjoying, like the rest of South Africa, seeing you enjoying this time with your family. Those videos and the YouTube tutorials with your little sister and your grandmother whipping it up in the kitchen, those make my heart melt. Now, why baking? It seems like when there's a pandemic, everyone gets their baking aprons on. And how much fun have you had with that?
It's been so much fun. My family loves to cook. Like, we're big cooks, and my family actually owns a bakery. So we're very, very big into baking. And, it kind of started, Mimi was so desperate to do something, and I was looking for something to do with my little sister. And because she loves to bake, I love to bake, we thought, let's do it. And then she was like, why don't we video record it so other people can also make it? And I was like, that's such a good idea. Yeah. So it was actually her idea to start making the little baking tutorials, and it's just been the best thing. It's been so much fun to do. We can't stop laughing doing them.
Yeah, I'm seeing that generational passing the baton here, or rather should I say whisk. Handing over the whisk from generation to generation. That's been so touching to see. Now, Holly, you've also opened up recently about your journey with type 1 diabetes. So before we get into the technicality of how your life has changed and how you've adapted to this, but is your baking diabetic friendly?
Not all of it, because, I have followers and fans that aren't diabetic, so trying to appeal to them as well. And I think the thing about diabetes is, diabetes doesn't mean you can't have anything nice. It just means you watch it, So some of the stuff is, some of it isn't. It's a combination of a variety of things.
Okay, so Holly, you've touched on something here that on Afternoon Express, a lot of our experts and nutritionists have said that during this time, it's all about balance. You can treat yourself, enjoy, but you also need to nourish your body. And, as much as you cheat, you also need to do good here. So how have you been balancing it with type 1 diabetes? And for everyone who is unfamiliar with the condition, how has your journey with it been?
So during lockdown, I've just been trying to be very, very cautious, obviously taking all the necessary sort of precautions and extra because of the fact that I have a pre-existing condition. Again, also just trying to eat really healthy, trying to make sure that my diet is balanced, trying to take a lot of supplements to strengthen my immune system and eat foods that strengthen my immune system as well. It's been such a scary time for anyone living with a pre-existing condition because we are such a high risk in relation to coronavirus. So I think it's very scary, and the journey with this illness is scary because it's something you live with every day. A lot of people think that with diabetes, you take your insulin, you take your medication, and then you're fine. No, diabetes is a balancing act. Every single day, you're testing, you're injecting, or you're taking medication, then you're eating, and you're trying to figure out how much medication for what you're eating. So it's always like trying to figure out what's going on in your life, and stress affects you. everything affect that. So it really is a balancing act, and I think only now that I'm an adult and I'm starting to come to terms with who I am as a person, am I coming to terms with my diabetes and accepting this part of who I am, even though I've been a diabetic for such a long time.
Is this the revolution that came and stirred you up to go on social media and share your journey with everyone? You know, I think it's an age thing and a maturity thing that now you know you have to educate everyone else about it.
100%. I think, you know, a lot of type 1 diabetics become diabetic quite early in their life, and they're still trying to navigate who they are and what's going on. And now you throw this additional thing at them, and they're having to, you know, figure out how this fits into their world. Am I going to be an other because of this? And unfortunately, that is often the case with kids with diabetes and any sort of illness. So I think now becoming a woman and finding out who I am and my place in society, it's really made me realize that I have a responsibility, not just to myself, but to other people, to own my truth, own my story, no matter how scary it is, no matter what backlash you face, because by empowering yourself, often you empower other people who need to hear your voice.
Yeah. And empowering us also has to do with educating us. So I just quickly want to break down some of the terms that we might not be familiar with. You have a measuring kind of tool that you need to keep a close eye on, CGM. What is CGM? Why is it so important amidst the pandemic?
So CGM is a constant glucose monitoring system. And basically what it is if you know anything about diabetes, you know that diabetics prick their finger before they eat, after they eat, test what it is, and then decide how much insulin they're going to take for that. Basically, a CGM takes that away. It's a little sensor that is inserted into your tummy, and it sends your sugar readings to your cell phone 24/7. So you get a sugar reading every 5 minutes. So I get my sugar readings on my phone, and what that means is you're having 24-hour surveillance. You're not unsure in between what's happening. It helps you make decisions about your insulin and your food. You can see when it's starting to go up because you can see the graph. You can see when it's starting to go down, which means you can kind of preempt any highs or lows, and you can correct it before it happens. So it means diabetics get to stay in that safe zone of diabetes, you know, which helps you keep healthy. My family also connects to it. My manager can connect to it. So they all know what's going on all the time with me and are able to assist me with that.
And it also seems like a whole bunch of teamwork and team effort here is needed. People holding you accountable, whether it's mom, dad, little sister, granny, or even your manager. So how do you deal with that pressure?
You know what, it actually takes a lot of the pressure off, I find, because, you know, when you feel like people around you know what's going on, you're not fighting this battle by yourself. Your sugar's going high, and people can help you solve the problem. You know, if you need something to eat, they can see and they can get it for you without you trying to find a way to communicate it. Or, you know, sometimes I'll be in a meeting and I don't want to interrupt the meeting, but I need to get sugar or I need something, and my manager can just go, oh, okay, she needs this, let me sort it out. It just makes my life so much easier, and it takes a lot of the stress off my shoulders. So it's been an incredible decision for me to go onto this.
A saving grace, Holly. I just want to say it's been a saving grace. Thank you so much for also working so hard to making sure that other people who also struggle with the same diabetes are helped as well, whether they can afford it or not. Holly, when you are in front of our screens, whether it's our cell phone screens or our TV screens in your music videos, you're always radiating such positivity, such love and light. It's Youth Month, so this is your blessing to all the youths in South Africa, something for us to enjoy. We appreciate you, Holly.
Oh, thank you so much.
Thank you for wearing your heart on the line and sharing your journey with type 1 diabetes. We are with you on this journey, also holding you accountable. And I'm sure so many South Africans right now are flocking to your social media because they're going to need some more answers from you. Again, South Africa, let's keep the conversation going on our social media platforms. If you are struggling with diabetes or any other illness, you want support, you want people to hear you and seek the help that you need, Afternoon Express has all the answers, but just make sure you use that hashtag Afternoon Express.